Welcome back. I'm so excited. This is so interesting. Okay, welcome back. So today what I want to break down the budget as we went to Tanzania. In Salaam, we went to Salaam, and the experience was amazing. I loved it, and I wanna go. It gave me the urge of wanting to go somewhere else in another country. Maybe next time I try outside East Africa, because I've been to Uganda since I'm from Malaba is near my home, and Malaba is the border to Uganda. So that's why I decided to go to Tanzania, another country, and it was an amazing experience. I loved it. I got to experience the other world of real Swahili. Like, I don't think those people, I don't know whether they ever use English anywhere, but it was an amazing experience. It was a 3-day experience of of struggling to speak Swahili so that they can understand, because even our own Swahili, they don't understand it. So yeah, but it was an amazing experience. So I'm gonna talk about that today and break down our budget. The main thing is break down our budget. So we were so our first thing, we went by road to Dar es Salaam. I tell you, it is very, very far. It was 3 days on the road. Was it 3 days? 2 days. 2 days on the road. Yeah. So if you wanna go there, I recommend you go by flight. If you have yeah. So we could go by flight because that's where our budget could fit us. Because yeah, get it? Yeah. So we first, our journey started from Malaba. That's the border to Uganda, right? From Malaba, we took a bus to Mombasa. I went with my friend, so we paid 2,000 each from Malaba to Mombasa. That's the bus fare. We boarded Mashpoa, and we left Malaba at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. We reached Mombasa at 11 a.m. on Thursday. The journey was long. So we paid 2,000 each. So maybe let me calculate per person, right? Yeah, per person. So 2,000 fare. Then we reached Mombasa. We booked a bus from Mombasa to Dar es Salaam, and it was 2,000 shillings per person. And we boarded Mashpoa. Not Mashpoa. Tahmid from Mombasa to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. So the bus was leaving at 4 p.m. on that same Thursday. So we had to book a room. We were very economical, guys. We were very, we wanted to use all our money in the other country, not here. So we booked a room because we reached Mombasa at 11 a.m. and our bus was leaving at 4 p.m. We were tired from Malaba, so we took a room for resting, refreshing, you need all that. And having to find something to eat and be rejuvenated all along, prepared for another journey to Dar es Salaam. So we paid 800. Yeah, it was 800, that room. We showered, we rested a bit. We from that 11 to we were at the bus station at the Tahmid bus station at 3:30, because that's the time I was supposed to report at the bus station. The bus was leaving at 4 p.m. So and another thing, it was economical. If you calculate fare from Malaba to Nairobi, then from Nairobi to Dar es Salaam, and you calculate fare from Malaba to Mombasa, then Mombasa to Dar es Salaam, it was quite economical. That's why I chose that route. So when it reached 4 p.m, we left Mombasa for Dar es Salaam. Yeah, so it took us 11 hours on the road, because we left Mombasa at 4 p.m. on Thursday. We reached Dar es Salaam at 3 a.m. on Friday, 3 a.m. And one of the requirements that you need to have before you cross the border, I think we took like an hour, almost an hour at the border, doing the checks, checking our passports. So yeah, that totals up to the 11 hours that we spent on the road. So the requirement you need, because you're going to another country, needed a passport. So I'm from Kenya, so if you don't have a passport, no worry, there is a temporary passport. You get it on eCitizen for Kenyans. So you need a passport, you need the yellow fever vaccine. Yeah, those two, you need them. So we stopped at the border. I remember it was written Horohoro border, I think so. So after that, we reached Dar es Salaam finally. I was so excited. I've never been to Tanzania. It was the first time, and it was at the capital city, and it's a coastal capital city. I want to go somewhere else. Actually, the next thing I want to experience in my life is snow. I only see people having the 4 seasons, but for us in Kenya, we are within the tropics, so we don't experience the 4 seasons, the winter, but I would really, really love to experience snow. You know. So we reached Dar es Salaam. We kind of stayed at the bus for like so that the time moves. 3 a.m. is still at night, yeah. So we went there basically to look for what we can get from there, so that we can sell it in Kenya, and check the prices of things between Kenya and the other side, and weigh, business ladies. I went with my girlfriend, so business ladies. So we were comparing prices, like we see this thing in Kenya, we know it's this price, then we ask how much they're selling there, then we do, yeah. So we needed mostly to be around the market, Kariakoo market. So we had booked a hotel where we'll be sleeping in Kariakoo. So we were paying 60,000 Tanzania shillings. That was another shock. Their money. When the receptionist was mentioning 60,000, I was like, 60,000? Then I came to realize it's 3,000 actually, Kenya. Hey, you guys, your money. I'm tired. I still have I still managed to come back with the 500 shilling. I don't know if you can see it. This is 500 coin of Tanzania. I realized when I'm back I had this in my bag. So yeah. So we booked a room. It was a room with 2 beds at that hotel. The services were amazing. We were being given bed and breakfast, so we were sleeping there for 2 nights. That's Friday night and Saturday night, because on Sunday we were coming back home. So we paid 60,000 per night. So for 2 nights, that's 120,000 Tanzanian shillings. Yeah, so we made it to the room at, I think it was 6 a.m. that Friday. We went to the room, we refreshed, we then went out, we then went for breakfast, then we come back to sleep because the journey was long. Was nice experiences, but yo. So we had to refresh, have breakfast, sleep. We slept and we woke up at 11 a.m. So we started our going around the city, getting to know what we need to do. We were going where we needed to go. We had contacts of where we could get whatever we wanted to look at. We had researched before we went there. Some of the places we were going to, we had the location already. That's the big thing. We had done research before we started traveling. Like, it was intentional, right? So we started going around to places we were going, doing our things, business. Don't ask me. So we went that first day. We didn't go around so much because we're kind of tired also. So we went around the market. So what really helped us around town was Bolt. So if you reach Tanzania, I think Bolt will save you a lot of trouble. So it was cheaper and it was easy to maneuver, because starting to converse with people there, I don't know they're conversing with people at the matatu. So we chose Bolt. So at the hotel we're being provided for Wi-Fi, so it was easier. And I also bought the Tanzanian SIM card called Tigo for, mainly I bought it for bundles when we are outside the hotel, because you need to be online, need to know what's going on back in home. Yeah, so that we needed that one. So when we are outside the hotel, we were using the SIM card that I bought, and actually, yeah, it really helped a lot with communication, even to communicate to the places that we were going to when we had lost the route. Google Maps sometimes. So that was our day one. We didn't go around much, but we went around the city. So we came back. We were having lunch where lunchtime was getting us. Whether it gets us at Kibandaski, mostly we were going to Kibandaski because the food was amazing. But the ugali doesn't taste like our own. It wasn't the Kisiagi one, but it was tasting... It wasn't the same taste. I came back home craving for our own ugali, the Kisiagi one. I don't know if they have Kisiagi, but I saw most of the people there are mainly eating rice a lot. Rice, biryani, pilau, rice. So whenever where lunch time got us, that's where we had lunch. There's a time we went to KFC. There's a time when we went to a hotel. So where lunch could get us, that's where we had our lunch. So that's day 1. Day 2 we went out of town, kinda in another it was like mtaa, I don't know what to call it, mtaa, a certain, but it's outside of town but near town. So one of our location was taking us there. It was called Tabata Changombe. We went. We still used Bolt. It served us big time. So we went. We did our thing like the whole day. We had lunch there, and then we came back. We came back to the hotel where we were sleeping. That was on Saturday. So we slept that Saturday. On Sunday we woke up because that was the day we were coming back home. So we went around for the very last time, and that's the time because we had done most of the things that we wanted to do. So that last day was just summarizing. We had booked our bus already. We booked the 7:30 p.m. bus on Sunday. So we checked out of the hotel in the morning after packing our things and having our breakfast, and we packed our things. We checked out of the hotel at around 9 or 10, at around 10 a.m. So we took our things to the bus station where we booked Tahmid again. We booked Tahmid and we left our luggage there. Then guess where we decided to go? We decided to go to the beach. The nearest beach was Coco Beach, because that was our last day. We didn't have much things to do in town, so we went to the beach, enjoying the breeze, the ocean. Hey guys, that was the very first time for me in the beach, experiencing my thought about the beach. I thought I would experience it in Mombasa or Malindi or somewhere within Kenyan coast. I never thought it would be in Tanzanian coast. It was amazing. I made sure I tested the water, and it was salty. True, for sure it was salty. The sandy beaches, yeah, just removing your shoes and stepping on the sand was lovely, was just nice. Like, oh, the experience was in another world. So we had lunch there. There are restaurants there at the beach. So we had lunch. Then we were coming back we came back was it at around 5? Yeah, we came back at around 5 p.m. because we needed to be back on time. We needed to have supper. We needed to change so that you put on what is suitable for traveling. You know, it's a long journey, another 11 hours to Mombasa. So we came back, we did all the things. Another thing, you need to confirm you have all your travel documents, very important. We had our ticket, like just everything. We were just, and we were longing to come back home, so we didn't want anything to go bad. So we came back at 7. We were already at the bus station. We boarded our bus, and at immediately 4:30, sisi how kwa Tahmid, we are heading home, and we're saying bye to the Salaam. And so we came back. It was another, we paid in the fare from Dar es Salaam to Mombasa. We paid in Tanzanian shillings. It was 40,000 per person. Yeah. And another thing, M-Pesa is working there, my Kenyan people. So M-Pesa, for transaction, we mostly use, what is it called? Was it Global Send or Global Pay? It is an M-Pesa app. So we need an M-Pesa app. It works there. We could withdraw money in the current, what is it, exchange rate. We could withdraw money. We didn't have the struggle of exchanging money at the border, because at the border the exchange rate is slightly lower than what we would withdraw at the M-Pesa, So M-Pesa was working there very perfectly using M-Pesa app. So during that, since we reached Dar es Salaam, to all the spending that we did, apart from booking for a room, I said a room was 60,000. Yeah. So we could spend, like, let me put it in Kenya shillings. For the 3 days, it was around 10,000 per person. It depends with your spending and all that, because me, I bought some things, a lot of things, and so maybe if you're not going to, it depends. You need around 10,000, even between 5 to 10,000 Kenyan shillings could sort you very well. That's apart from the hotel, the room that we're sleeping, the money that you need for Bolt, for going, I don't know where. If you see a nice shoe, wanna get it. You see a nice dress, you wanna get it, and it's cheaper there. Maybe you see something nice, you see, So around 5 to 10K, depending on how your class, Others can spend, you can choose to spend even 50,000, 100,000. Yeah, this money we are looking for, it to spend it. Yeah, and also save. Don't forget about it. Yeah, so the experience was nice, and that day we were coming back, the bus was 40,000 Tanzanian shillings per person. 40,000 is 2,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah. So we came back, as usual, at the border. There is the checking and so on, and we reached Mombasa at 7 a.m. We left on Sunday. On Monday at 7 a.m. And thank God, when we came back, that Monday was 1st June. It was a holiday. Hey, it saved us big time, because we're supposed to grow. Yeah, it was a holiday. There were a lot of people in Mombasa town, around town. It was calm. So it was during Madaraka Day for us Kenyans. We're celebrating that day. So when we reached Mombasa again, we reached at 7 a.m. So we booked a bus. We booked Tahmid again from Mombasa to Malaba, where we came from. It was 2,000 Kenyan shillings. The bus was leaving at exactly 2 p.m. So we were there 7 a.m. We booked another room for kind of refreshing and resting and until 2 p.m. Yeah. So we did all that. It was again 800 for both of us, because we were just staying there for hours, they were kind of lenient. So yeah, it was. So we rested. We also had time to go around town, around Mombasa. We boarded a ferry for the first time. Went to Likoni. We were just going to do nothing, but I just wanted to board the ferry. And another thing I realized, this made me look like a fool. Ferry is free. I went there asking how much. Thank God right now I know it's free. So we went also around town. So we came back at 12:30. It was 12:30 p.m. Yeah, because we wanted to buy coconuts, of course, some mabuyus, kachari, those things, those things in Mombasa. So we wanted to buy those things. So we have to get back at 12:30 and have lunch, so that at exactly 1:30 we're at the bus station ready to come back to Malaba. So at 2 p.m. exactly we left Mombasa, Tahmid bus, so comfy. We started the journey back, a long journey. So and we reached Malaba at exactly, it was 7:30 a.m. They really kept time. 7:30 a.m. we were in Malaba. I thanked God for the journey mercies, for everything. I reached home well. I was tired. I just needed to go and rest, refresh myself. The first thing I went for is I had the tea. Then I just wanted ugali. Like I had missed the ugali, the taste of ugali at home, the kisiagi one. Yo, that's the first thing, and that was it. And I think in total we used let me calculate it for you guys. Per person, I think the least you can have, because I had budgeted for 30,000. So the least you can just have 30,000 to be on the nicest, on the safe side. That was for 2 nights. We were spending 3 days in Dar es Salaam. Yeah. So next, I wanna go. I don't know which country is best to experience snow. That's kinda not far, not like in US. That's far. Somewhere, you go with the budget. Pole pole. Then tutafika tu hiyo time ya kwenda US. So I don't know. I'll still research on the nearest country that has snow. I just wanna experience snow. It doesn't matter in which country, even if it's still in Africa. Yeah, another thing I would really love to go around Africa, like just see how our brothers and sisters in those other countries, how things are done there. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. See you next time. So next time maybe we can go together, Bye.